My dear brothers and sisters, we stand at the edge of a trembling world. The winds of war are gathering once more in the Middle East. Tensions rising between Iran and Israel. Gaza bleeding yet again. And the world looks on with clenched fists or folded arms. In the distance, China quietly maneuvers not only across geopolitical borders, but within the heart of the church herself. In Nigeria, our brothers and sisters suffer violent persecution. In Europe, confusion reigns, cultural, moral, spiritual. And here at home, the streets echo with protests, some chanting, "No king." And yet, as a shepherd of souls, I tell you, there is a king. There is only one. He does not shout. He does not swagger. He reigns from a cross, and his name is Jesus Christ. Let us begin with what looms. As of this week, world leaders edge even closer to open conflict in the Middle East. Iran's aggression, Israel's retaliation, Gaza's cries, and the looming question, will there be war? The church has long taught the doctrine of just war, a measured, grave discernment on when war is morally permissible. The doctrine is not convenient. It is not political. It is profoundly Catholic. Listen to the Catechism. The strict conditions for legitimate defense by military force require rigorous consideration. That's from the Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraph 2309. A preemptive war, a war launched not in defense but in anticipation, is not a just war. As Pope St. John Paul II said before the 2003 invasion of Iraq, war is not always inevitable. It is always a defeat for humanity. From his address to the Diplomatic Corps, January 13th, 2003. And Pope Benedict XVI, then Cardinal Ratzinger, with clarity warned that the concept of a preemptive war does not appear in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. So while we must pray for peace, we must also speak clearly. A nation does not have the moral right to wage war simply because it suspects it might be attacked. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, number 2309, outlines 4 strict conditions that must be met simultaneously for a war to be considered just. First, the damage inflicted by the aggressor on the nation or communities of nations must be lasting, grave, and certain. Second, all other means of putting an end to it must have been shown to be impractical or ineffective. Third, there must be serious prospects of success. And lastly, the use of arms must not produce evils and disorders graver than the evil to be eliminated. The power of modern means of destruction weighs very heavily in evaluating this condition. Additionally, the authority to declare war must be legitimate, typically a properly constituted government. These principles form the backbone of Catholic just war teaching, rooted in Scripture and developed by saints like St. Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas. We must measure our support or opposition to global conflict, not by flags or alliances, but by the eternal law of God. As wars loom in the open, another war unfolds behind the veil, a silent struggle within the Church herself. Under the last pontificate, a secret agreement was made with the Communist government of China, ceding authority over episcopal appointments. Bishops once imprisoned for their fidelity to Rome have been sidelined, while state-appointed puppets take their place. Let us not be naive. The regime that persecutes Catholics, bulldozes churches, imprisons bishops, and rewrites sacred scripture has been handed the keys to a part of the vineyard. In allowing the atheist state to oversee the appointment of bishops, the church has allowed Caesar to enter the sanctuary. We must weep, we must pray, but we must not be silent.